Guys, how you doing? It's Aqeel Ash-Shakoor here, and I'm back for my second episode. This episode is going to hit you right in the heart, right in your spirit, okay? And the second episode is titled The Abuse of Time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head around Lansing again, and I'm going to just find some things and just to show you how we abuse time. So I'm going to give you 5 ideal things, all right? And I hope that by the time that we finish, we'll correct those abuses of time, okay? I don't even have my watch on today, so I guess I'm gonna have to let my biological clock do the timing today. All right, so let's go find out about time. Hey guys, so here we are. We're just getting this thing started off with point 1, all right? So point 1 is simply that it doesn't matter how expensive your timepiece is, because most people, they don't use it for time. We use it for flossing. So a great abuse of time is just simply having on a watch piece, but you don't value the time. How could you have on the most expensive watch piece and still end up late? You know, the great thing about that is this, when you come to think about it, it's just simply that no matter how expensive your watch piece is, or even if you use a sundial, if you don't make it to the post office in time, your delivery will never get picked up on time. So if you ever had a package or something that needed to get there by a certain time, well, just be prepared to know that if you abuse the time that it takes for you to get an idea out, your delivery is going to be late, and best believe your pickup time is going to be late. So think about that. In your abuse of time, how much time have you spent sitting on an idea that should have been delivered that will never get picked up? That can cost you opportunity, cost your family a living, it could cost you a lot of things. So just remember, stop abusing the time when it's time to deliver. Hey guys, have you ever thought about what would happen if we had a parking meter on our life? That's right. That means that every time that you park, that you put your vehicle, your body, or your life in park, that means that you have an expiration of time that you can stay there. Or just think about it. What about if you just had to pay just to park? Because, you know, a lot of us would abuse it, just like we get tickets. Now, are you authorized to park? Maybe life should be that way. So another abuse of time is just simply that. So let's not miss that in our point 2. And our point 2, an abuse of time can just be parking too long on your life. Like, what are you going to do? Are you planning to move, or are you planning to settle in? Because a parking space is not meant for you to store your vehicle. So it's not meant for you to store your life. So what it's meant for is a temporary time for you to stop, maybe pull over to get some directions on wherever you want to go, or maybe just a moment of meditation of your life. But it's not meant for you to just stay there and camp out. So again, just remember, what would happen if we got a ticket or our time expired when we parked in our lives? No more abusing the time. Yeah, and here we are for point 3. It's busy, but time is still going on. Hey, think about this. Think about this. How many coins have you wasted just going to a vacuum cleaner? You know, we put in like $75 to $1.50 just to get, you know, maybe to vacuum out our car. And during that time, the vacuum time runs out before we even finish. Wow. Do you see the price of time? How many coins are you going to use? Now let me tell you what probably happens in your abuse of time. Instead of us putting the money in the machine and getting right to what we came to do, we get distracted. You know, we play our music, we dance around while the vacuum is still going. And remember, the time is still running. Also, you know, maybe someone pulls up we know, and so we have a very long or lengthy conversation. The abuse of time. And so the money reminds us when it runs out, and then we get frustrated. But the truth is we did it to ourselves. And again, thus is life. What are you putting? What coins of value are you spending on your life, but you're not getting right to the point? Your focus has been misled, or maybe it's been stolen by some other thing that pulls up. And a lot of times we can't attend what all of our friends are doing or even our families are doing if we have a purpose. Now, if we're moving with a mission, remember, the coins are in the machine and the vacuum is going. So the vacuum is literally sucking up life. It's sucking up your time. So what we have to do is we have to decide what's more important, to put our coins into life and to get straight to it, or are we going to stand around and be misguided? Yeah, and if you haven't guessed it, we're at the playground. One of the other abuses of time. What do I mean? Point 4. Think about it. As a child, you had limitless imagination. But we abuse the time of being a child to even now that most of us are adults. And you know, it's just so hard in understanding that we waste time not being creative because we abuse the time that we have to just have fun. I know we say all work and no play, but what I mean is simply that we've abused the time and being creative and going back to that childhood. When is the last time you were on a merry-go-round, or maybe swung on the swings, huh? Or maybe just hung from the monkey bars just to have fun. So the abuse of time is that we don't enjoy the time that we have. And sometimes we got to just take it back to the playground. Alright, you got it. Hey, this is the last and final point. Point 5. The abuse of time called the dash. No, not Mrs. Dash that we cook with, but we're talking about that dash that's normally on your tombstone or headstone in the cemetery when you have expired. So that dash is, what do you do between the time that you're born and the time that you expire? You see, it's a sad time out here because we waste a lot of time. It's no need to go to your deathbed wishing to have done all these things that you could have done. Now, maybe you're in a situation today that you can better your situation, but you're scared to move your feet. So don't get yourself tied up in being planted in just one space. There's a lot of opportunity out here. So what else are you doing? Are you really going after all the things that you've been challenged by? Or are you going to go to your deathbed abusing the time that you have? Now, it's one thing about when you get older and you can't do a lot of things, a lot of people give up. But I also want to tell you that age is not a factor in abusing time. The mindset is the factor in abusing time. You have a lot of people that have reached successful older or elder age, and they're doing and they're traveling, they're still buying homes, buying cars, they're still investing, they're still vacationing. So they're not abusing their time. They're doing everything with every ounce of time that they have left. So remember this point 5. Don't abuse time, and always know that it should be based on spending the time on the dash. Keep your mind on the dash and make a true fulfillment.